seems like
Kyle got invited to every single.
I know only because I know
Yes, he did. He did. He threw
the three of us,
most of them.
I lived it too. It may surprise you. All I just wanted to ask, Paul, and I respect your stance on all of it. I'm just curious because, like, we've seen you obviously in the past, the first round against Tampa. So did you just get to the point where you're like, I think it's...
No, John was already in line in the first round.
Oh, he didn't give you a chance.
He never gave me a chance. He was still mad at me, so he went off his bench with the line. And then it's just there was a lot more, as you know, in Toronto. There's Craig standing there, and I'm going, Craig, I don't want to shake your guys' hands. It's nothing. And he goes, yeah, I don't want to do. Like, we don't want to do that. We're more afraid of being viewed as disrespectful. That's what this is for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to take a stand. I don't deserve to be in that picture. I don't want to be in that picture. It's theirs. It's okay if they have some stuff just for them. I'm not that important. It's just the truth. The players are the key to all of this. And they should not have to shake a bunch of hands of people they don't know, especially when they lose. Let the players have something, I think. Now, at the end of the series, one of us is going to win, one of us is going to lose. And whatever Chris wants to do is fine.
Three-parter.
Okay, hit me.
How are the Oilers different this year? How are the Panthers different this year? And how is Paul Maurice different this year?
So I'm going to answer the first two together. Both teams come into last year and this year with a definable trait that everybody would agree that they're good at. You know, get the two best offensive players in the world, pretty good offensive team. We've got a Selke Award winner, three-timer, and then we analytically we tell you that we've been a pretty good defensive team, number one last year in the playoffs, pretty good. Those are our strengths. What both teams have done is, and I'm not going to call it a weakness, the thing that's not their strength, they've improved. They're a better defensive team than they've been in the past by personnel and by structure. And some of that's just, you know, both teams now have been in their structure for a few years with the coach. So they've spent more time being defined on how they're going to play. And then we are a better offensive team than we were. And part of that is Seth Jones and Brad Marchand come in, but Anton Lundell's not 21 or 22 anymore. This guy's a driver now, so we've gotten, so the things that were not viewed as our strengths, we're both better at. And I think we've maintained, we certainly haven't lost any of the strength. We're still pretty good defensively. Still awesome offensive. For me, the biggest change, and this has happened over the 3 years, is I've learned so much from the players. How they interact with each other on a daily basis is far more now how I interact with them. These guys love each other. They work their butts off every day in practice. All I got to figure out is not give them too much because they will just go and go and go. So I keep cutting back practices. They support each other. They laugh with each other. They're on when they're supposed to be on. And they are the nicest human beings in the world off ice, truly, to our people with our staff, Addy, all the equipment people, all of those people around, they treat them as equals, as they should. But that's true of the flight attendants, the bus drivers, it's the people they come in contact with. So what I've learned from these guys is you can be wired and on, drink all your coffee and say all the things you say on game day, but you don't have to be like that every day. And you can actually just sit there relaxed and enjoy them as people. Be your own personality, be yourself, and just be people. And so you really do get a reprieve from the intensity of the coaching job, and I learned that from them.
Because to piggyback on that, there's the last one from you, Mark. Because you said these last 3 years have been the impact it's had on your life being with this group. AJ Greer was talking to him. He said he's learned more this year with the organization than any year previous as a professional hockey player. So I just wonder, how did it all come together? Because surely it's not something as simple of no state tax in the state of Florida. There's much more going on.
The least of it, eh? There are two great stories in our room, the players, and then the other great story is how they got there. So Bill Zito was a big part of this. He's this great big Italian restaurant owner, manager that cooks, cleans, makes sure everybody gets fed, and there's just an incredible sense of love. But he's also a trial lawyer, and if he gets his teeth into you and you're wrong, he's not coming off you, right? So he's got this great, loving personality, but incredibly intense in the room. So I guess maybe where it comes from, we all got our personalities. And if the two of us were sitting out and we're having a beer, we could make each other laugh. And that would be the best interview, right? Two people just talking. When you're just yourself, Bill Zito is, so look at all these guys that have come out of nowhere, and what they become is actually just themselves. You can be your own personality. And I had a player tell me that at an exit meeting. I said, what happened? Because this game just took off. He said, I figured out, I just got to be myself. I don't have to be funnier than I am, tougher than I am. I don't have to go out if I don't want to. I can stay home with my family. That's what I love to do. So I'm just myself, and I think that's the key. And I think Bill Zito's the driver of all of it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Great. Thanks very much, Paul.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Just
it.
be yourself.
That is awesome.
Every word I just said to you is true.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I've been through, and it was, I couldn't. What I said, I kept getting off the phone when I first took the job. Carter Verhage, I got off the phone. These guys are different. They're weird. That's my experience here. So I don't know what the start of this is, but I believe they love each other. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. So, Sergei, one of the neatest stories I learned throughout these playoffs is the gifting of wine bottles to your teammates after shutouts. And that came about from Lundqvist, right? Was kind of where they got the inspiration from? So, I mean, are you going to have to start your own winery here at some point just to keep up with the supply, or where do you source these?
No, I mean, obviously I just buy the wine, and and it's my way to appreciate the guys, how hard they work in front of me. You know, we have a good defensive system and a good defensive group. You know, and it's just my way to appreciate that. You know, like, thank you guys for everything you like for your effort in this particular game.
Is there a certain kind of wine that you buy for them?
It's a different. I just tried that. It's a nice wine. It's a good wine.
Are you a wine guy?
I'm not drinking. No, I'm not drinking anymore. So it's, yeah.
Okay.
And I think one of the things that your teammates said that, like, of course, the gift of wine is lovely, they're appreciative, but you also just write a little note, you sign in that, like the fact that you personalize it, they're like, that takes it to a new level of just the impact it means to them.
Yeah, I feel like it's little, you know, more like soul to soul. You know, it's more like, I don't know, it makes it a little bit more special. I don't know if the guys gonna drink it or not, but like, you just put it there and sign, and I don't know. I just feel that it's the right way to do it, and just to feel, just guys, it's not just to like give it like, here's the wine, thank you, and that's it. You just write it down like, thanks for your effort, and and that's, I don't know, it stays there. I feel that's the right way.
One of my favorite stories about you is there's a lot of players who have made NHL money for longer than they expected because they would go on the ice with you every morning and they would shoot with you. Steven Lorentz talks great about you. Zach Dalpe talks great about you. I guess it's Jesper Boqvist this year. Why is your shooter so important?
Yeah, he's like, and those guys are just great guys. That's why they say that. So it's for sure they are great players. And then Stevie had a good season this year too. It was good challenge to play against them this year. You know, against Toronto series. They were great. So it wasn't easy, and they gave us a good challenge. But the shooter is important. So because the guys basically it's not easy for them to do. You know, to shoot where I ask them, because it's basically they go off their own way to, like, you know, to make me better, to develop me, and again, I appreciate that a lot. So it's not, maybe not fun for them to do, but like they still do that. It's every day, pretty much it's every day, and I appreciate that effort.
You know, Sergei, there's a bunch of young goalies who are going to listen to this, and they're going to want to know, how does Sergei Bobrovsky practice? So maybe tell us one or two things that you do that you would say, if you're a young goalie and you want to be successful, do this.
I would say, you know, I have those kind of questions all the time. But I would say to young goalies, I only can say enjoy the game. You know, have the love for the game, have the passion for the game, and game will teach you what to do. Game will teach you